Welcome to this recording about scales. In this case, we are going to talk about the different scales that we can have in technical drawing. And a part of this, I will show you several examples and I will ask you several questions about what we are going to review right now. I hope that you enjoy this video. This is Javier Espinosa recording from my house, and I hope that you learn something today. So first of all, what is a scale? We use technical drawing to represent different objects from the reality. So what we are going to do is just to represent them in paper. That's why we use technical drawing. To represent them in drawing, we need a scale because some of these objects are really big. So, for example, as we can see here, we have, in this case, an object with its actual size. As you can see here, we have a radio. A radio is a proportion that you have learned in maths. So as you can see, this proportion is related to the actual size of the object and the size that we are going to have in the drawing. So remember, a scale is just a ratio, a proportion between, in this case, the size of the element, the size of an element of an object in a drawing and the actual size, the real size of the object, of the same object, okay? So what kind of scales we have? We can have three different scales. For example, if we have a scale that is just the radio, it says that is 1 column 1 is just for full size. That means that the object is exactly equal in the drawing than in reality. For example, if we have a scale in which we have a number here on the left, for example 2, 3, 4, and that represents, if you remember, the size in the drawing. That means that the object is going to be bigger than the real object. So we have an enlargement scale. We used to have more than one in X in this case. And the third type of scales is just when we have a reduction scale. This kind of scales is when we have to represent something that is really big and we don't have the size of the paper is not big enough to draw it. So in this case, we have a proportion that is represented with 1 divided by one number. So these numbers depends on the size that we want to or enlarge or reduce the object. So remember that that if we want to do something bigger, we will have to enlarge the object. If we want to draw something that is very big in something very small, we have to reduce it. We have seen this before, so we are going to move on to enlargement scales. In this case, we have here another example. You can see here on the left the object. If we draw it in full scale, it's going to be exactly the same. This is, in this case, a projection on a plane. If we want to reduce it, the real object, and we reduce it in a scale 1 divided by 2, we will have it smaller, so it's half a scale. But if we want to draw it bigger, so we will have twice a scale, so 2 divided by 1. Remember, this is large, this is reduction scale, and this is full scale. So here you have an example. You have to calculate, in this case, the scale is going to be a reduction or is going to be an enlargement scale. Remember that this is our object on the right and the drawing will be on the left. So are we reducing or enlarging the object? So try to guess it and how would you represent it. And the second exercise that we are going to do is just this one. We have here. So this is the second exercise. The real object, if you remember this was the object, this is the drawing. In this case, we have it. This is the object, this is the drawing. This is the object, the drawing is on the right. So we will have to calculate the object. We are just reducing the scale. Try to calculate it and you will get the answer. So thanks for watching. I hope that you have learned something today and that it was quite easy to remember. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.